Look, I know why you're here. You didn't just wake up today with a sudden, burning desire to drop 600 grand on a German race car. No, you saw it in Fortnite. Or maybe you were playing Rocket League, boosting through the air to hit a giant soccer ball. And you saw this aggressive, wide, hipped beast wearing a Bleach anime livery and thought, man, I wonder if that thing is actually real. Well, put down the controller and listen up. Because yes, it is very real. It is terrifyingly expensive. And unlike your digital avatar, it doesn't respawn if you stuff it into a wall at the Nürburgring. We are talking about the BMW M4 GT3 EVO. The EVO stands for evolution, which is German engineering speak for we fixed the stuff people complained about and charged you more for it. This isn't just a car, it is a weapon. It's a successor to the already successful M4 GT3, which itself replaced the M6 GT3. A car that was essentially a boat with a twin-turbo V8. The M4 GT3 was a hit, winning everything from DTM titles to 24-hour endurance races. But BMW decided it wasn't quite perfect yet. So, for the 2025 season, they rolled out this monster. And let us address the elephant in the room immediately, the face. Yes, it has the nostrils. Those massive vertical kidney grills that look like a beaver that's been doing steroids and chewing on rebar. On the road car, people screamed and cried about them, but here, on a GT3 car that needs to inhale enough air to power a small city, it works. It actually looks menacing. It looks like it wants to eat the Porsche 911 GT3 R in front of it and spit the exhaust pipes out the back. Now, let us look at what makes this EVO different from the standard M4 GT3, which, let us be honest, was already faster than anything you or I will ever drive. The changes are subtle to the untrained eye, but if you are the kind of person who obsesses over millimeters of ride height, this is practically pornography. First, look at the mirrors. They've been shrunk. They are these tiny, aerodynamic slivers now. Why? Because the old ones created too much drag. Apparently, when you are doing 170 miles per HR down the Mulsanne straight, big mirrors are a liability. They also changed the vents in the front wheel arches. They bigger now. Designed to suck hot air out of the wheel wells more efficiently. This is just for looks. It is about brake cooling and airflow management. If you've ever cooked your brakes on a track day in your Miata, you know this pain. The M4 GT3 EVO doesn't cook brakes. It keeps them at the perfect operating temperature while glowing like the surface of the sun. Speaking of the back, the rear wing has been tweaked. It's not just a slab of carbon fiber bolted to the trunk. It's an adjustable aerodynamic element that generates enough downforce to drive upside down in a tunnel. Theoretically. Please don't try that. The adjustment range has been changed to give engineers more flexibility. You see, race cars are finicky. Sometimes you want the back end glued to the floor. Sometimes you want it a little loose, so you can rotate the car. The EVO lets you dial that in with terrifying precision. And the paint, or rather, the lack of it. BMW has stopped painting these cars in the traditional sense. They now use a cathodic dip coating, which is significantly lighter than standard paint. They also leave huge sections of the body in exposed carbon fiber. Why? Because paint weighs something, and in GT3 racing, fat is the enemy. Every gram you save on paint is a gram of ballast you can place low in the chassis to improve the center of gravity. It's obsessive. It's ridiculous. It's brilliant. Under that long, vented hood sits the heart of the beast, the P58 engine. Now, don't confuse this with the S58 engine in your neighbor. SM4 competition. They share a block and some DNA. But that's like saying a house cat shares DNA with a tiger. The P58 is a 3.0-liter twin-turbo straight-six that pumps out up to 590 horsepower. Only 590? I hear the internet warriors typing, my tuned Supra has 800. Yes, Kyle. But your Supra overheats after one lap and handles like a shopping cart filled with bricks. This 590 horsepower is reliable, usable, relentless power. It's delivered through a sequential 6-speed X-Track gearbox that sits at the rear of the car, a transaxle setup. This gives the car near-perfect weight distribution. You pull a paddle and bang, the next gear is there instantly. No torque converter slush, just pure mechanical violence. And the durability. BMW claims the turbos don't need servicing for over 12,000 miles. In race car terms, that is an eternity. You could run the 24 hours of Daytona, the 12 hours of Sebring, and the 24 hours of Le Mans, and the engine would barely be breaking in. But here is the real genius of the M4 GT3 EVO, and the part that matters most to the people who actually buy these things. You see, factory drivers, the aliens who can lap the Nordschleife in the dark with one eye closed, can drive anything. They could drive a bathtub with a rocket attached to it and be fast. But the people who pay the bills in GT3 racing are the gentleman drivers. These are the wealthy amateurs, the dentists, the CEOs, the crypto bros who want to play race car driver on the weekend. For them, a car that is twitchy and nervous is a nightmare. The M4 GT3 was already known for being friendly, but the EVO takes it to a new level. The engineers tweaked the anti-roll bars front and rear. They put larger brake discs on the back. Why? To make the car stable. To make it predictable, they want a car that doesn't try to kill you every time you touch a curb. The EVO is designed to be easier on its tires, meaning that even at the end of a long stint, when the rubber is worn down and the driver is sweating buckets, the car is still manageable. It's a race car that holds your hand while you read doing 150 miles per hour. That is a very expensive handshake. Let's talk about the interior, or what's left of it. If you open the door, which is incredibly light because it is basically carbon fiber and air, you don't see leather, you don't see heated seats, you don't see a cup holder. You see a roll cage that looks like a jungle gym for adults. You see a net to keep your arms inside in case you roll over, and you see the steering wheel. This is TIA wheel. It's a computer. It's the Fanatec steering wheel, the exact same one you can buy for your sim racing rig at home. No, literally you can take the steering wheel out of the real race car, plug it into your PC base, and play Assetto Corsa with it. It has buttons for radio, pit speed limiter, traction control, ABS settings, drink system. Yes, you get a straw and page toggles for the digital dash. It feels like holding the controls of a fighter jet. The seat is fixed to the floor. It doesn't move. Instead, you pull a lever and the entire pedal box slides toward you. It's a brilliant solution that keeps the driver's weight perfectly centered in the chassis and the air conditioning. Yes, it has AC. In fact, the EVO SECC is twice as powerful as the old M6 GT3. Because, again, if your billionaire driver passes out from heat stroke, you don't win the race. So how does it drive? Well, if you believe the marketing, it's pure driving pleasure. If you look at the data, it's a machine built to exploit the balance of performance, BOP. See, in GT3 racing, all cars are equalized. If the BMW is too fast, the organizers slap extra weight on it or restrict the turbo boost. So, raw speed doesn't matter as much as efficiency. The M4 GT3 EVO is an efficiency monster. The long wheelbase, it's a big car, basically the size of a 7 Series footprint, makes it incredibly stable in high-speed corners through the sweeping bends of Spa-Francorchamps. It feels planted. Like it. It's clawing into the tarmac. The torque from that straight six is immense. It pulls like a freight train from low RPMs, which is great for punching out of slow corners. The sound, it's not the high-pitched scream of the Porsche Flat 6 or the thunder of the Mercedes V8. It's a deep, guttural, angry baritone. It sounds like a chainsaw fighting a bear. It pops, it bangs, it spits flames on the downshifts. It is glorious, but it's not all sunshine and trophies. There are criticisms. The sheer size of the thing can be a handicap on tight, twisty tracks. It's a long boat. Maneuvering it through a tight chicane requires patience and faith. You have to trust that the front end will bite, and then there's the price, $625,000. That's for the car. That doesn't include the spare parts package, the tires, which cost $2,500 a set and last about an hour, the fuel, the mechanics, the transport, or the entry fees. Running this car for a season costs millions. It is a hobby for the 0.01%, and yet, for what it is, it's almost a bargain. Compare it to a Ferrari 296 GT3, and the BMW looks reasonably priced. Plus, the running costs are lower because the engine is so robust. It's the sensible choice for the insane person who wants to own a GT3 team. The connection to the gaming world is brilliant marketing. Putting the EVO in Fortnite and Rocket League before most people even saw it in real life was a masterstroke. It captures the imagination. Kids are driving this thing with a keyboard and mouse, drifting around cartoon maps, building an emotional connection to a brand they want to be able to afford for another 20 years. But when they finally do make it big, When they sell their tech startup or become a famous streamer, guess what car they were going to buy? The one they drove in the game, the one with the kidney grills, the one that looked cool as hell with the anime wrap. In conclusion, the BMW M4 GT3 EVO is a triumph of engineering over physics. It takes a heavy, front-engined road car chassis and turns it into a precision instrument of speed. It's sharper than the old M4 GT3, friendlier to drive, and cheaper to run than its Italian rivals. It looks absolutely wild, especially with the new headlights that have those yellow endurance racing DRLs. Is it perfect? Number it's massive. It's expensive, and the styling is still polarizing to purists who think BMW should look like boxes from the 1980s. But as a tool for winning races, it's hard to beat. It's a car that respects you, even when you re-pushing it to the limit. It's a professional tool that an amateur can wield without cutting their own head off. And honestly, standing next to it, seeing the exposed carbon, the aggressive aero, the sheer width of the rear tires, you can't help but smile. It's ridiculous. It's excessive. It's fantastic. It is the ultimate driving machine, evolved. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go see if I can convince BMW to let me take one for a spin without a six-figure deposit. I suspect the answer will be 9. But hey, you miss 100% of the apexes you don't aim for.